All right, Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool have done the impossible and won a game of football. It feels good to be back, boys, and it feels good to be actually winning a game for once and looking reasonably good. Obviously, I think over the past 4 games with the dropout of Salah, I think we actually have been playing better, let's be honest. When you look at the team, the cohesion, the defensive structure, the way that we're defending in general looks a bit more solid. Obviously, the Leeds game, a bit of an aberration. A few individual errors in there really leading to the collapse of the team's confidence. But this Inter Milan game, I think a big statement by the Liverpool team, especially with the lack of players available. We only had Wirtz and Bradley on the bench, who were actually Premier League players. The rest of them were all kids pretty much, and a goalkeeper or two. So I think overall Liverpool played really well in this Inter Milan game. Showed a lot of grit and a lot of actual resolute spine for once. This 4-4-2 kind of formation that we were playing, I think, looked a lot more solid. Playing 2 strikers together was interesting. We did create a fair few chances. Obviously, we didn't score any goals from open play, and we did get quite lucky, I think, with the penalty, although we did have a goal disallowed, which in my opinion probably should have stood. But overall, I think Liverpool, a lot of positives there. And I was saying to my dad when we were watching the game together last night, I was saying that even if Liverpool didn't win this game, I felt like the performance overall was the real positive to take out of it. A lot of things to be happy about. You know, Liverpool recently, everyone's been going, oh my God, what's going on with them? And I think Slot's basically identified that we need to get back to basics, because we're not doing the basics right. We're not defending set pieces correctly. We're not blocking crosses. We're not compact. We're not getting tight to players when they get into our final third. We're not defending as a team. We're not getting behind the ball and then starting from square one and pressing out. In general, just doing a lot of the basics pretty wrong. Not winning second balls, giving the ball away in your own half, giving them free shots on goal from the edge of the box. All of these things have been absolute hallmarks of Liverpool for the past 10 games or so. But I really feel like this Inter Milan game we're kind of turning the corner really in terms of how we're playing. When you look at how many chances we gave them, I think they only had 1 chance where Alisson had to make a proper save, really. The rest of the time, I thought we marshalled them really well. We controlled the game for large parts. Obviously, they got a bit of encouragement after our goal got disallowed and they started to come at us a bit more. But I never really felt like they were going to score. They had a few half chances in the last 5 minutes of the game where they added on a crazy amount of added time yet again. But overall, I thought Liverpool looked so much better in this game, so much more compact. I felt like the team was running for each other. They were playing for each other. We looked like we had a yard or 2 more of pace. We looked a bit more dangerous on the counter-attack and a bit more fluid in the transitions. I thought we did well when they were parking the bus and sitting in. I thought we were doing fairly well to break them down. Nice little triangles on the edges of on their wings specifically. And I think basically been playing like my favourite team from this season, which is Aston Villa, who have been playing a really, really interesting formation where they've kind of got a box midfield and they're not really playing wingers. And that's exactly what we did. We didn't play any wingers, mostly because they're not available. Gakpo injured, Chiesa ill, Salah not available, Engamo too young, I think would be the analysis there. We haven't got any other wingers, have we? Diaz is gone. Oh yeah. But basically no wingers. So we basically played what Aston Villa have been playing, which is that box midfield kind of thing. And it worked really well. Curtis Jones had a really good game. We actually won a game where he started, which is just basically never happens, which means I think the curse is lifted. But anyway, Liverpool, so many good things to write home about. Like I said, blocking crosses, getting tight to your man, defending as a team, pressing fairly well. The pressing cohesion starting to look a bit better. Everyone running for each other and running for the team. People tracking back, people running and basically tackling people in the middle third of the pitch, winning second balls, blocking crosses. Did I say blocking crosses? I'm going to say it again. Blocking crosses into the box and generally just doubling up on wingers, making it difficult for players to get into our box, making us compact. Defending as a team, we looked so much more cohesive in that 4-4-2 kind of defensive formation. Obviously, Ekitike and Isak up front together, just kind of, harrying their back four, but not trying to press too deep, trying to stay compact, but also press as a team. And I felt like we kind of got the setup right in this game against Inter. Inter, a team, by the way, who are absolutely flying in their league. I think they've conceded basically no goals and they've scored tons of goals and they haven't lost it. I think they've scored at the San Siro every single game for like 40 games or something. So I thought we did really well to shepherd them and keep them out. I thought we managed them really well. I thought we had our moments and we created some decent chances ourselves. Obviously, that fluidity going forward isn't quite there yet because we've still got Ekitike and Isak, who basically never played together. And they're still fresh players. They've only been in this team for 3 months, and it's going to take everyone time to bed in the chemistry of the team. But I really felt like the foundations and the fundamentals were really there for me in this match, and I thought it was a really good positive to build on. I thought Konate, who's been absolutely woeful this season, played a lot better today, and I think that's largely due to the fact that he actually had a right back next to him in Gomez. I think Konate looks loads more assured when Gomez is there. Obviously, they can kind of rotate at will. If Konate has to go out to the right-hand side, Gomez can obviously drop into that right centre-back role, and they can swap around quite effectively because Gomez is literally a right centre-back really playing at right-back. But he's got those attributes to be playing at right-back. I thought he had a good game as well. I thought when Bradley came on and Wirtz, they were very impactful on the game. I thought Wirtz, within the first 5 seconds of being on the pitch, took the ball, ran past the player and played the ball inside. And he looked like very much comfortable and happy and hungry to get involved in the game. I thought this game would have suited him down to a T because of the fact that Inter Milan they play that slow, methodical kind of football for the most part. And it looked very similar to how Wirtz was looking at in Germany. When he was playing for Leverkusen, he was just running past players for free. I think in the Premier League, there's a lot more physicality in terms of in that middle part of the pitch being pressed, being tackled. But I felt like they sat off Wirtz quite a lot and it gave him a lot of impetus. We obviously got a bit of a dodgy penalty at the end, but I mean, when you look at the refereeing performance of the referee throughout the game, giving away so many ridiculously cheap and shitty fouls, I think we probably deserved it on the balance of things to win the match. I thought we were the better team, which I've not said for a while. And overall, I just felt like Liverpool really got their shit together in this game. And I think they proved a point with all the nonsense going on with Salah throwing his toys out of the pram because he got benched for 3 games. I think Slot handled it really well as well. And I think ultimately the team got a result in the face of, a lot of noise and a lot of outside talk. Van Dijk and Slot after the game, both talking about how there's been a lot of conjecture, a lot of talk and a lot of nonsense going on. But they said internally, everyone's together. Everyone wants the team to perform well and win football matches. And ultimately, I think that's what we all want. And overall, I think this was a great performance by Liverpool. Definitely something to build on. We've got Brighton at home on the weekend, Brighton obviously a team which are playing well at the minute. They gave Aston Villa, who I think are absolutely great team this season, a real good run for their money a week or so ago in that really nice 4-3 where Villa won. I think this is going to be a bit of a ding-dong with Brighton at the weekend, but I am quietly optimistic that we could get ourselves a result and get ourselves back to winning ways. Salah's off to the AFCON. He's already gone. So as far as I'm concerned, the team should remain basically the same for the game against Brighton, with if we're also talking about probably Bradley will come back into the team in Wirtz. I think they were rested just because, though, obviously Wirtz has played 3 games in 10 days, as Slot keeps saying. And we've also got Bradley coming back from an injury. Hopefully Frimpong, whose birthday it is today, happy birthday Jeremy Frimpong, he's back in training. Hopefully he'll be back in the side soon because I think he'd be a really great asset to be playing on that right wing potentially or as a wing back. I thought he looked really impactful in all the games that he played. He's just been really unlucky with injuries. I really hope that he can stay fit for the rest of the season because I feel like he's a really, really strong contender for that right wing position if we're going to play traditional wingers. But overall, I think Liverpool looking so much better in this game, and I'm really excited to see where we go next. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. As always, in the description, do you think Liverpool are back? Do you think that was a statement performance? Do you think Salah is done? Do you think Liverpool are going to win the league? I couldn't say that without laughing. Thanks for watching.